Jolly. Yeah, many years ago, about a decade, about a decade. I started technically installed that eventually with I started doubting things. Seems to nothing makes sense. Still doesn't. It's stranded to hopefully in the country. But to find the pain, I have not finished this build covered. I still have two achievements which I got finished off, edging those last two for 6 weeks. Be honest. I think one of them was like the build a nuclear weapon. And video. They were secret achievements. I don't want a secret because obviously it's been years. Yeah. I have 3 missions to finish, all extreme missions. You gotta do the truth mission. But figure out what the truth is. Loading the truth is a little bit different. Because technically we didn't take the quiet route. I'm pretty sure I didn't have quiet as a part as well. That'll take a while. This specific playthrough. Making my horn as big as it can get. Which is the whole point of demon mode. I mean, that's the worse off you are in this game, the hornier you get, technically. The more the horn, which is it's the bone that sticks out of your skull, right? In the game. That horn gets bigger and bigger and bigger, the worse you do. The, obviously, building a nuclear weapon, huge. It's like Pinocchio. The thing grows. The worse you are, the more it grows. I don't remember if you can shrink it. Obviously, if you get heroism score, it shrinks. Um, but my playthrough currently, my horn is pretty sure not the biggest it can get. It can get pretty low. I've seen some horny venomous people's playthroughs. Oh, I've seen so many people build multiple nuclear weapons multiple times. I've played this game on Chad. Listen, the break is over now. I want you to be aware of how long I've been playing this game. I played this game on Xbox 360, Xbox One. Dude, what? Dude, no, Ground Zeroes was just PS4. I technically played on the PS5. It was still PS4. And then PC. In all three of those, I have at least, I think I have the least amount of hours is like 5 hours in one of the games. I think that's on Xbox. Okay, this game has been out for 10 years, but I had also not played this game, obviously, on Xbox for probably 10 years. lot of that was MGO. I was playing up here online first came out. Back when you can find an actual match and play that game. Great stuff. Fun times. Nowadays, you can still find maybe one match, but there's like two or three people that have been playing the game forever, and then maybe a couple of stragglers and get on here. It's a fun. Other than that, you're not gonna find a match. There's only certain hours you can, which is not. It sucks. But it is what it is. Maybe, maybe there's no talks about it. So I do want MGO remake. So if you're gonna remake, the Master Collection comes out August 28th next month. The end of next month. 27th or whatever. So I'm looking forward to that legacy collection. That obviously, who doesn't love that game? And for the first time in a very long time, chat we could play Metal Gear Solid 4 on stream. I haven't been able to play it on stream since shit, 2019. Last time I streamed Metal Gear Solid 4. The heck, before that, I hadn't touched Metal Gear Solid 4 since it came out in 2010. I mean, I might have touched it in between them once or twice. Because it's a masterpiece. We would sit here and watch that together. That's on the top of the games history for sure. Metal Gear Solid 4 is just. I want to say it's Kojima's magnum opus. If you go play that game, watch the cinematography, play the game, see all the things that you can do in the game, understand the story and the lore behind it, and even understand the different ways to approach the boss fights themselves. I mean, there's so many different ways to approach boss fights, multiple ways. You don't have to completely eliminate them, just tranquilize them. Obviously, we've been able to do that since MGS2. You could do that in MGS2. Then MGS3, MGS4. MGS1, no. We didn't have tranquilizers. We did. And give them specials for them. Obviously, in MGS3, if you did that, you got the special camouflage. And get the entire suit for the bounces. Do that in 4, then different cutscenes and animations will play. It gets interesting. And Snake. But yeah, MGS4 really absolutely stunning masterpiece. Can't really get better than that. That's why, in my honest opinion, when I played Phantom Pain, I was greatly disappointed. I was extremely disappointed with this game. Gameplay is okay, but just okay. Not the greatest gameplay. The open world part and aspect of Metal Gear, brilliant, amazing thing. But it's still linear as opposed to being truly open world. Obviously, the amount of decisions and the freedom that you can make in this game uh, dictate probably the reason why it doesn't make sense to anybody. Nobody's taking the correct route that this person that we have to figure out who the fuck we're even playing as is supposed to take. Honestly, if you look at it from multiple different points and views, it could be like, oh yeah, we're a genome soldier going through the VR training of blah before we go fight Foxhound. We're going through all this big bosses stuff on VR training as we're hallucinating in our hospital bed, getting pumped full of big boss's genes. Wait, no. Because honestly, Zero tells you stuff like that. In the truth tapes, if you listen to him, he tells you Venom's going through all the audio tapes of Big Boss's missions, and later on, obviously, that's the precursor to what the genome soldiers do. They go through the VR training and the simulation as they're getting the genetics altered so they can be the best of the best. Obviously, they're still easily wiped out by assaults in Metal Gear Solid. And quick work the most. So they weren't perfect soldiers by any means. I'm getting my ass kicked, by the way. This is extreme fun. I got my ass sliced. I was given a new book crack.
Snake?
Split down my third cheek.
So that misses their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
But yeah, truly. Do you believe in this? Other than me running around like an idiot in a circle right now, it's great. I mean, that guy, he was about to throw that giant chunk of earth at me. That guy threw it. Unfortunately for him, there was a tank in the way, so he missed his target. Shit, that one might not miss. Okay. Oh.
Snake, talk to me! Snake! Snake!
Chat. Where did that come from? You're looking at one piece of earth just floating in the air, and then all of a sudden another one, giant chunk comes floating, smacks you in the face. You're dead. You must restart the mission. You hear somebody yelling in the background who wasn't there in the first place. No idea who they were. Yell at you, Snake! You forgot to do your mission. Wake up. Yeah, that's so fair.
So that misses their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now.
So much for using the tank. I used the tank twice. Third time, there's no tank in between me and that giant chunk of earth. It took one of the face. Oh no. I got my Achilles sliced that time.
Boss, come in. Boss?
By the way, this is extreme mode, so if I get hit once, I'm dead. Aside from, I could take a few bullets,
We won't be able to send in another
but I cannot take can't take much more than that. I suppose I could take one sword swipe. And a few bullets. No bueno. Oh, yeah, they can also just like summon the earth from under my feet. So this is a fun fight. Super fair. Fighting these precursors to the super soldiers that we were talking about. Obviously they have like advanced armor. These fuckers don't really have much of a consciousness other than destroy. See, there's a summon the earth from under my feet. Oh, fuck. And that's another thing I forget. After they summon the earth,
Kidding around.
it explodes.
Snake?
And after it explodes, unfortunately for me, I'm standing within the vicinity to get hit by the shrapnel taken into my jugular. Therefore, imploding my ability to call back to Miller after he yelled snake. I'm sure I'll wake up in like 10 minutes.
So that Misty is their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now.
They just, they get, every time I fail the mission, they give me some anesthesia and they can go back to sleep for about 45 minutes. And they wake me back up with some digoxin. They're like, yeah, let's get back to it. Here, go run around this vicinity. You're at an airport now, Snake. You gotta fight this special unit. They're called the Skulls. Remind you of something? MSF? You're going the wrong way. I don't think he has it on his shoulder, but if I have the MSF emblem or the patch, it's the skull. Which is funny because skull face. Who would skull face be from MSF gun? Somebody that didn't like Zero. Ooh. Oh, so where the fuck did the wormholes come from? They didn't exist in any other timeline. Something made right here. Fucking bullshit, dude. Again, if I'm too close to that, it blows up on head. See that went all the way inside. That would have went through me. It's not good, chat. Not a good idea. It's also not funny. Just dying again and again. Or to repatriate. There we go. I was gonna say they're not even doing the right animation every time they come up to me. Fuckers. They have a special animation where they do this lunge with the sword and you can parry it. If you parry it, it takes a chunk of their armor away. And you can actually go do damage to them with your weapons. Until then, don't even try. Now we'll keep this in mind. There's 4 of them. And I have to do that at least, I think, 4 or 5 times to each of them. Wish me luck. I'll be here all night. Extreme. It's European extreme.
The skulls are creating that mist. We can't extract
Oh yeah.
you until you take
Like
them out and
technically, you can you can't use the codec. That's your codec call button. You don't have a speech. You can't speak. This is part of your clue as to like you're not really there consciously. You didn't even talk. Kiefer's recorded like 100 voice lines, and that was it. He's like, this is a main character? Okay, yeah, cool, whatever, Kojima. Kojima being the sly dog he is. He only did that in the American version. If you want, I'm pretty sure it's just Otsuka Akio in both Big Boss and Venom Snake. There's no change in the Japanese dialect. But in the American Westernized version, Kojima did something for one reason or another. I don't know why. Because maybe I do, but I don't know why. I don't truly know. Anyway, they're not doing anything. I'm just kind of waiting. Chatting my shit. All gas is leaking from that. Deep spleen diving. You're going spleen spelunking tonight, Chad. Do you know what spelunking is? Probably should not do that in the spleen. It's the worst place for the magic school bus to go. I mean, honestly, there's worse places. It's not one of the good ones. You must wear a gas mask. Do not breathe the noxious fumes. Inhale that bacteria may be the end of you. Bullshit. I was about to say the plumes of darkness consume ye. Well, yeah, right in the face. Delicious. You motherfucker. I'm doing an excellent job, though. Good times.
Boss, come in.
Probably help if I look at the right monitor, Chad. Yeah. I'm not joking when I say this game is good.
We won't be able to send in another.
On extreme level. I beat it before. It's pretty late. Again. Here we go again.
To eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
Going all right. I don't know about you. I don't tire out so easily. Take that to you, jugular. Oh, fuck. I took that to me. Oh, run around the corner.
Hey, touch your butt. These motherfucking skulls on this motherfucking airport. They're pissing me off. Oh, shit. If you hit the button too early, it won't show up. And you're just kind of stuck. Forgetting what button to press.
Take that to two chesticles.
You technically can't knock out the zombies. You can put them to sleep, I think. Maybe. Like knocking them unconscious? I don't think that's an option. You're correct. The ones that are possessed by the skull unit.
Something about the cyclosporins. They're in the air and they just take over and make everybody kind of like poop zombies. Well, they're NPCs now. Just walking around doing absolutely nothing with themselves. Brilliant times. Look at you. You silly human. You do absolutely nothing. Go away. Take a dirt nap. Oh shit. Skulls.
Again, I knocked out three of those fuckers and they just got right back up. When they whip out their AKs, you just run. You can't really do much of anything. You're just gonna shoot. You can't take bullets like they can. I got no... Actually, I do have the skull armor, but I'm not using it. Which would probably be useful.
Boss, come in. Boss?
I keep watching the wrong one. Split second and put it away.
Get out of now. Get out here, boy.
So that Misty is their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss,
You heard them. They exploded the chopper.
code talker.
Provide a way out of here. I don't know.
Just piss the AI off. It's-
You just confused the shit out of them. Oh fuck!
Snake,
Perfect
you okay?
timing. We call that in the business Call of Duty timing.
Listen, that mist is
Google it. Google will tell you everything you need to know about Call of Duty timing.
skulls. We cannot lose code talk.
And bullshit.
Like I'm punching him, shutting me backwards into the wall. I just like throat punched him, and then all of a sudden, the shockwaves hit me, thrusting shoulders first into the wall behind me. Like a concussive blast. Makes no sense because I punched him.
I'll get better. Okay.
Snake, talk to me. Snake, Snake.
Just kidding. Don't focus.
Listen, that mist is their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose code talker.
It's not the place to fight. Silly willy nitty.
Oh shit!
Snake, are you okay? Snake!
No, I took one of the dome. Fucking Miller. Jesus Christ, are you not paying attention?
Listen, that mist is their work. Send in another chopper for now. Boss,
Those zombies were kicking my butt.
Snake, talk to me. Snake!
I don't want to talk to you, Miller. Go the fuck away.
You're not my master anymore.
we won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose code talker.
Fuck. They did at least talk about that. Some of the things that Zero talks about do kind of make sense in the time. Most of it doesn't. And it's vaguely fitting together. That's why it works. Some of it loosely fits the timeline. I think that's why they could get away with the ruse of sorts. Oh, shit. But there's so much of this that doesn't make sense. Obviously, Master Miller was the mentor for David, or Solid Snake. He trained him when he was growing up as a child, and then I can't remember how long. And then Eli, or Liquid, was trained by Ocelot. And they even tell you that your DNA doesn't match like Eli's, which makes sense. It makes sense because you're not big balls. You don't know that. That's you just figure that out later. That was the whole surprise. Still, it doesn't fit in the timeline. It doesn't fit. You can't force it. Not this time. my god, that fucking blew up, man. I went head first into that thing. It was like, yeah, I'm gonna use my mind, but it's 90.
Mission successful.
Alright, I have one of the skulls down almost to half, and I've hit him 3 times, I think. This is just to start damaging them. We dip, we duck, we dodge, we dive. Ow. Shot the shin. They know you just set somewhere, right? The AI does, so it's like, hey, I want him to move. Eventually they'll do that, they'll throw the rocks onto you. Again, you fucking bastard! I'm gonna die. Shots of heart. You're to blame. Huge shot.
Boss, come in.
Took one to the clavicle. Clavicle's been shattered. Altered dimension.
So that mist is their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. You need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
Knock me upside down. World called D-Day.
Boss, come in. Boss? Boss!
Don't want to be here, I promise. It's not a good thing.
So that mist is their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now.
But
You need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
I can do this the super easy way, or I could keep doing this the mostly hard, frustrating, this is fucking annoying way. Which is, you know, good for stream. It's just kind of funny to watch, but, you know, I don't want to do this all night. I have 3 other missions. At minimum. I hate that fucking word, I swear. I swear it. He's gonna shoot. It's one way to, to storm them from shooting their weapons, is just one at them like a wild man. They will evaporate and dissipate.
Boss, what
Go
happened?
back somewhere else.
Boss!
So that mist is their work. We won't be able to send in another
think it's the same. Jesus Christ. I'm pretty sure it's the same way with the machetes too. He's trying to eat my ash. Off of my face. I wiped ash on my face.
Boss,
Tragic event, no answer chat. If you went here, you don't remember. We buried some. We didn't bury anybody.
Be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you
Venom spread ashes of fallen soldiers across his face. Motherfucker.
Snake, are you okay? Snake!
They didn't get buried anywhere. They got cremated and spread across somebody's face. No. After that, they were made into diamonds. That's why the group is called Diamond Doors. The fallen soldiers of this crew technically get turned into diamonds, blood diamonds, ash diamonds. It's quite the business, huh? I guess most people didn't pick up on that one, did they? That's another thing that was just like left off. The cycle continued on that one. Literally, Venom killed those people, right? And then they turned them into diamonds. They made a profit off their diamonds, man. Oh, what the hell? Welcome to the business. That is the fountain pen. Funny because in the fan pain, the beginning, you go to Africa, you rescue the kids from the mines, right? They're there prisoners working in the mines, doing all that stuff. And you go and rescue them. And then later on, you yourself have to do this mission where your soldiers are infected, so you have to take them out before they take out everybody else and all this other stuff. Blah, 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 this and that. And as they they like salute you and like thank you for doing this as you do it, by the way. But obviously their bodies need to be cremated if they're contaminated. So after they cremated those bodies, they turned those bodies into diamonds, those ashes into diamonds. That is the process. And then those diamonds were done whatever they did with them, man. Like, probably sold in the black market for some nuclear somewhere down the line. This is the philosopher's way. I mean, the Patriots. Sorry, the Patriots. Love the way they go. The philosophers were gone. They don't exist. They all got taken out. Wink, wink.
for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose contact.
Fuck. I wish that portable ops would have been included, but portable ops is not canon, so you know what that means. There's still a philosopher out there watching all of this go down. At least one, if not two, of the original philosophers are still somehow alive and watching what's happening. All the Patriots, razzmatazz shenanigans that they did. You can't tell me Tommy Earl Jenkins was not acting like drunk Donald Anderson, especially at the last fucking thing, the last scene of Death Stranding 2. Where are you at? What are you doing? Go play Metal Gear Solid 4. And then we learn about the
Snake, talk to me!
artificial intelligence, right? Then you got the AI graveyard that you have to go destroy. You're uploading a essentially a wormhole program. You upload a wormhole program into the artificial intelligence that transcends time, technically. Breaking the machine, shutting down the mainframe and all the artificial intelligence that was this web and structure of global communication throughout the entire world. In MGS4, it stopped people from shooting each other. Guns were ID tagged, so people couldn't pull the trigger if they weren't assigned that weapon. Obviously, they had hacks, and people could easily hack into that stuff, especially if you were Solid Snake. But or Drebin. Drebin is like that. It's Solid. Solid just and then learn tricks to trade. However, there's more to it than just weapons tagging and this and that. It was complete control of information flow throughout the entire globe. Not just America, not just this, that. This is the game. The philosophers, the patriots. So, anyways, this part in the Phantom Pain, Donald Anderson took over GW and oversaw the production of the creation of that neural network and what would have been GW, JD, and all that other stuff that we have to fight and delay renovations. Every fucking reason, dude. Nothing makes sense, probably because of Survive. But yeah, the wormholes and all this stuff getting opened in the world and time travel and all that stuff was a thing. I think, honestly, that was the truth of everything that happened. And then they made a story up, right? They made a story of this bad guy did it. They couldn't explain, so they made this story up. This phenomena or event that happened. Wormholes opened up and just like ate this entire fucking they ate this entire structure of MSF because this Sony had uploaded this thing to GW. So this transverse of time, the actual events of what happened, chat, listen to me. This is important. I want you to believe. Don't have to believe. All of that was a precursor because of what Sony, and technically it was how I want to say Naomi helped and somebody else. Oh, Emma Emmerich, of course. There was Emma's code that started EE. So she started this code to destroy this program because she already knew it was existing inside. She'd been working on it. She saw what it was doing and she knew its capabilities. And sadly, she didn't live to tell the world, but she wrote that code that Sonny had finished and then uploaded. And somehow, in Kojima's genius way, he did the Star Wars thing and then went back and forth in time to make a coherent, decoherent state of realities in his games. Genius stuff. The man's very, very smart on multiple levels. You can look at his games on basic level and go, yeah, it's really smart. Or you can look at it like the level that he circled back around to now and take one more good look at it and see everything and how the web connects of everywhere and then just be mind blown of his genius and how he connected all this stuff. Yeah. Skullface wasn't a real person technically. It just come out of nowhere, got made up. Yeah, sure, he was. You could you can say he had a photo of being carted around and this and that by paramedic in GS3. There's like this image of her pushing around a soldier. It's his face is all burnt and mangled. Some people have loosely conflated that with Skullface and said that, oh yeah, that's proof that Skullface was there. But Skullface was supposed to be the one that was cleaning up your mess if you had made mistakes when you were Operation Snake Eater, and then whatever, Operation Naked Snake or whatever followed that one. Those two missions, Skullface was supposed to supposedly back you up into the point where he was dropped in after you with a team, and then all the rounds that you expelled and doing this and doing that, he had to cover up all your tracks and take photographs of it. That was the story that they made up for this man's background, right? Again, it doesn't make any sense. He's a guy from Hungary, and then his parents did all this stuff. He's like a mix of all sorts of different characters rolled into one, by the way. If you really look at his what they rarely say about him. You know, all this church stuff and doing this and doing that, and then the bombings, and then if you watch Luca Marinelli and Death Stranding, and then see those things, and then go back to start thinking about Skullface, you're just like, fuck. Huh. So there's a little excerpt, an extra excerpt that was not put into the games. I don't remember seeing it. But there's this Elgia. Lupe Fiasco had an album. He didn't put anywhere publicly. Like he did eventually. It was a mixtape he put on Spotify, or not Spotify, sorry, SoundCloud. The only place you could find it was on the cloud. You couldn't find it anywhere else. Then it got uploaded to YouTube. But it's still not on Spotify, I don't think. That album has a specific song, the first one called In. It starts off with Algia's, the riff of Algia. But it also has Skullface's excerpt that he talks about how he grew up and all this other stuff. Skullface is a very long conversation with you when you're in the car ride going to see Philanthropist, which is another weird thing. It gets moved from here and here. It doesn't make sense because it was supposed to be here and it's not there, so you have to go there. And then when you see it, it just looks like Rex. And then when you fight it, it doesn't look like Rex. Weird. I don't know. A lot of the stuff in this game, again, feel like we were obviously the game tells you you're fed a web of lies and you have to see through to the sea. That's the whole point of this one. But to find what the truth is behind all of this is not an easy task. That's why nobody's figured it out after 10 years. If there is something to figure out. Obviously, those that have data mined this game know that there is. Shh! Don't tell the masses, though. And it was more than just beyond a simple cutscene that we have seen. I've uploaded myself on YouTube. there was a callback and a way to load ground zeros again after you beat the Phantom Pain, that would change the events of ground zeros. FYI. But nobody knows if that was actually just stuff that was scrapped or if it was actually something that could be achieved still at this point in time. There's some weird things that happen in the Deja Vu and Jamais Vu missions of Ground Zeroes. And if you look at the way that Ground Zeroes was released, they split that game up code-wise. They wouldn't let the code complete and get the whole thing set up so it could talk to each other the way it was supposed to activate a circle. It technically required them to update the game to a certain point and have all this stuff turned on before it activated something right in the code. When it was released, Jamais Vu was Xbox exclusive. You couldn't play it if you had a PlayStation. You could only play it on the Xbox. And then vice versa, Deja Vu was only on the PlayStation. You couldn't play it on the Xbox. And then they fixed that. They patched that later on, obviously. Everybody can do both now. But when the game first released, it was treated as a demo version of the Phantom Pain. And when you play the Ground Zeroes, there's a lot to play. It's a pretty extensive demo. So yeah, when it first came out, it was $30. People were pissed off that it was so expensive. Now it's paired with the Phantom Pain itself. You can buy the definitive edition, or I forgot what it's called. There's an edition that pairs Ground Zeroes and the Phantom Pain together as well. Obviously, we know in the menus there's an option to upload your save data from Ground Zeroes to the Phantom Pain. That is because the things that you do in Ground Zeroes, the missions that you have, there's the finger and the eye. Both of those characters get moved up and put into the Phantom Pain. They become soldiers that you can send out on missions. You never really interact with them. I mean, you can see them on the base, I think. They'll be wandering around if you stick them there. Other than that, they just were players that had stats. If I'm not mistaken, some of them do perish if you do there's all sorts of callbacks. I was always thinking that there was a way to stop the pandemic from happening in the game. Let's chat. This game has a pandemic. In 2016, before there was an actual pandemic, this game has a pandemic. It's lingua franca. There is a virus that technically gets into a host through analgesic. We breathe it in. It's yours now. Many other ways to get it. It's simple. Once the virus bonds to your throat, right? It gets into your esophagus, and just sits there, copulates, replicates. Sits dormant until you speak a certain language. These viruses were attuned to linguistics. So the vibrations of certain languages, the way words were spoken, these viruses were programmed. Chat, listen to me. They programmed the viruses to activate when sounds were emitted through the esophagus, the mother tongue, the Wolbachia. We'll find out some of this stuff when I get Code Talker. If you go back and look at this stuff, you're going to be like, holy fuck, did we go through wormholes? Oh, we had the same dimension. Yes, chat, you're fine. Don't worry about it. We're all safe and sound. Got a lot of work to do though. Get to it. Fun. Joking. Enjoy yourselves. But still, the virus itself, when it gets activated, starts to replicate. Technically, takes over the host's body. In the skulls, it made them amazing soldiers. They took the virus and then did, instead of succumbing to it, they overtook it and mutated it. And their genes overpowered. Same with Quiet. The reason why Quiet doesn't wear any clothes is not because Kojun's weirdo. It's because she can't breathe normal. She doesn't breathe through her lungs, she breathes through her skin. And she uses the photosynthesis, the sun's rays, to, well, technically the water droplets to soothe her or oxygenate the body. If she wears any kind of clothing, her skin can't breathe and she suffocates essentially. That's why they made Stephanie's character, obviously she was photoscanned before the club. Her character is different. And then Wyatt's story is extremely powerful. I don't like watching the last little bit of it. But at the same time, she handled herself very well. It's just a video game. It's still. This time, because to me, she did not fit in the timeline. Just like the dog itself, there was no wolf pup. That didn't fit in the timeline. Nor did D. Walker. It was a tiny little thing that could be driven around that's like a mini Metal Gear. It's essentially the Metal Gear Mark II in a Walker version that you can drive around. That didn't exist. But because the wormholes, guess who helped install the wormhole? It was the Metal Gear Mark II. So yeah, the Phantom Pain is only the Phantom Pain because somebody fucked the wormholes up. Signed Emma Emmerich. Kojima wanted this whole thing about like, if you look at the radio, it would change the song from Midge Ure's version of The Man Who Sold the World to David Bowie's version of The Man Who Sold the World. And that would mean that you woke up in this correct timeline and then you woke up as actually Big Boss. And that was the truth of the mission and all this other stuff. But nobody's been able to do that. So that was just a myth and something that was never done. And something lost to the annals of history, the internet. There was a way to get the radio to do that. You had to look behind you. The doctor hands you pictures when you're sitting in the bed, right? We'll get to that later because this is one of the missions we have to unlock later. But I want to discuss this now. The doctor that hands you the pictures, if you look at those pictures beforehand, before he hands them to you, you're supposed to wake up and recollect memories, quote unquote, before you get conscious, I guess. And before the shit hits the fan in the hospital itself. If you don't, then you're stuck in the loop of this false reality is Venom and nothing ever gets done. And you play this false game again and again and again, which is pretty fun, but Kojima and Sly Dog, it's just not you, Bell. It is, and it isn't. I love his genius, dude. He got, he, honestly, he took the criticism about Metal Gear Solid 4 being too long and a boring thing and not enough gameplay and all this to heart. It hurt his feelings, right? But Jesus Christ, dude. I don't feel that way. I would. I can't wait to play 4 again. I sat through that install disk. I would sit there for 20 minutes and get up and do a stretch, get some snacks, go do something, maybe use the bathroom, and then come back for another 10 minutes. Still loading. That was another thing about Metal Gear Solid 4. It took forever to load that disc on the PlayStation. It had to actively load the scenes and stuff into the memory. Because they were pre-run, they were live scenes. They're pretty sure that those scenes were pre-rendered. Because they have to take into account the camo that you currently have. You can actually change your camo in some of the cutscenes. You can obviously the masks and all that other stuff. There's some other things that you can do inside the cutscene to manipulate it before the cutscene plays. And then when the cutscene plays, there's obviously ways to manipulate the cutscene. Zoom in, move around, just do that. Same with the Fan of Pain here. You can zoom in and move around. And that's what I was trying to do with this photograph. It's sitting there to my right behind the bed. I've never been able to locate it or find it and see it and make that change in this game. I'm not going to say they did anything in this last update, but they did just update the Fan of Pain. For only because the store is going offline in Russia and somewhere else. So you won't be able to buy Mother Base coins and all that if you're in that store. You can obviously use a VPN to go somewhere else. So not all is SOL, guys. Добрый дичь. Спасибо. Добровичи. Добра. Noche. I forgot what. Note. Not bon notes. Sorry. What is Russian? Anyways. Obviously, Russian was a big thing in the Fan of Pain. That's where you're at. You are in the Middle East, and there are Russian operatives, and there are you. I mean, I can't blame them. I would never blame them. Mujahideen was somebody that grew up seeing stuff like that. I can't. I would ask them to not retaliate that cycle of revenge as, I would to anybody, regardless of race. Some of those countries that are impoverished and have been struggling for centuries and don't have any kind of internet or outside contact with the world and choose not to. A lot of the times when they see a culture enter their country, it's to take from them or to fight. Just not cool, bro. Maybe after 250 years, Americans would be like, yeah, let's not fight anymore. We got this big brother thing going on where we're supposed to be protecting the world and doing things with space. Come on, let's do that. Wants to be bombing each other anyway. Last time I checked, we had this discussion, I don't know how many times. Mom was sick and tired every day waking up, watching her children die, hearing the stories of how they went to war and they'd come back. Or randomly getting bombed because you live somewhere. Be lucky you guys don't have to see that. All you have to do is hear about it. You guys don't even believe it exists. Be lucky you can pretend that you're a good person.
Skulls. So that misses their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
You just left him sit in the chopper, by the way. He's just sitting there Indian style, not giving a flying fuck about all the bullets and chaos going around. He's like, hey, these Wolbachia got me. He's infected, by the way, with the original strain. Because technically he was forced to create the virus. Yep. A lot of people don't conflate this stuff. Not only did Hal and Huey and his story and their line be the nuclear side, his biological side, it started with the precursor to genetic splicing, the genome, and Fox died. Precursor of Fox died was Code Talker. His research. Because once they figured out how to program through language, they started to figure out how to program through genes. The language of genetics. And then they used that virus to make Foxdie. Well, they rebonded it to make Foxdie strain. Obviously, they infected Snake with the strain when he went to Shadow Moses. And then he started he took out Donald Anderson, which was DARPA chief. And then he took out technically he took out Decoy Octopus. He didn't even take out Donald Anderson. We're led to believe that Donald Anderson died to the hands of Ocelot. Off of interrogation reasons. That story doesn't make sense. It's weird. That's another thing where it's like, Donald Anderson even real? Was he a real person?
Boss, Boss, come in.
Was he just Christopher that got thrown through the wormhole and DTA and then never returned? Philadelphia experiment and it turned into SIGINT. And yeah, right. Welcome to Metal Gear, guys. How many wormholes and rabbit holes do you need to go down today?
Another chopper for now. You need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
Brilliant.
Boss, what happened? Boss!
Got my brains blown out, man. Show me the rings. Paris is on the other side of the airport. Dorino, Jenna. All right, I gotta go check, stretch, get something to drink again.
As they say, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. I had to get some blackberry Dr. Pepper. And the doctor has peppered.
It's delicious. They used to use soda as a medicine. Coca-Cola was used as a cough medicine and a stomach suppressant, got nausea. And they started putting other stuff in it to help with headaches. Then they put the cocaine in it to help it. The tiredness. I'm too tired.
Here's, have some cocaine. It'll help you up. I promise. You better right up and just snippy slap. And try some coke. Delicious.
Oh, to be a Wild West. The stuff that they put in the medicines back then were just. If you think that's wild, look at some of the medicine the Egyptians. Guess what, chat? You want to know through time has been used as medicine? Nature. Multiple times. Multiple ways. Not just a cannabis plant. You see my face? No, not just me. That has been used real time, multiple times. They've used sugar, they've used cocoa plants, as medicine. They've used poppy plants as medicine. They've used all sorts of stuff throughout all time as humans have been alive for a very long time, Chuck. Not just this past few years. I'm talking about hundreds and thousands. You know, Jesus and before. It's frankincense in there. Somewhere down the line, nature got forgotten about. The man was like, I'm better than you, and just started making a bunch of shit. And let me tell you what, chat. It works, but it doesn't work at the same time. Most of it does not work. Most of it's just snake oil. It works temporarily, and then you realize it didn't work at all. What a wonderful word they're giving. Haunting realities, moralities, this ferocity. Acquisitions leads me to believe none of you have a clue what the fuck's going on.
So that misses their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
I can't remember what he had for breakfast last Tuesday. Brenda forgot his mother's birthday. Whoop. Human. Whip him out.
Snake, are you okay?
You
Snake!
can hear it. Clear as day, that sound. That whooshing sound. You hear that? You know your imminent doom is upon you. I'm gonna make it very fun. Especially if you can't see where it's coming from, dude.
We'll be able to send in
That
another
thing just
chopper.
right up
Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose
blind alley.
Boss, come in. Boss? Boss!
Yeah.
So that misses their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. You need to eliminate
That's right. You can't put them to sleep. They don't go to sleep as long as everyone else does. That's what it is. Oh, punk ass. Suck on sword. I swear I hit it. Oh, it sucks. No, 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 no.
Snake, are you okay?
No.
Snake!
Miller, I am not okay.
So that mist is their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
Garrett Swimmingly. David Schwimmerly. Schwimmer. Schwimmerly.
God damn it, dude. He's back here. Oh shit. That's not what you want to see going around a corner. Two giant stone walls. Really. I need to attack them.
Boss, come
That's
in.
what I should do.
Boss? Boss!
I tag them. I can see them. Through walls and shit.
So that mist is their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
Obviously, see their health. Importante. Beach. That fucker.
Boss, come in. Boss?
He picked it up and threw it the wrong fucking door.
So that missed his their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
Son of a bitch!
Boss, come in. Boss?
Fucking zombie curb stomps me in the butt. Technically, it was more of a donkey punch.
We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
I was not paying attention. Stomped me out. I'm spraying him at it.
Hey, quit kidding around. Snake? Snake!
That's what it
That
was.
missed his their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
Shoot with me. What button is that I'm supposed to do? I switched to keyboard and mouse for a split second. Figured it worked out. It was just the controller being a bastard. Dicking me over. I don't know what the fuck they're shooting at, but it's not me anymore. We do this sometimes. Okay, it's just left click.
He's like, oh yeah, we'll take this punk.
Boss, what happened? Boss!
Ricochet some bullets off my skull.
Skulls. So that missed is their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
Oh, I couldn't do that. It was either reset or
Hey, quit kidding around. Snake?
run around in circles. Stick with the kid, yeah.
So that missed is their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls.
Very greedy.
Snake, talk to me! Snake!
Extremely greedy.
Skulls. So that missed is their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
Boss, come in. Boss?
Boss. Yeah, sorry, Ocelot, I'm dead.
Listen, that missed is their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
Snake, are you okay?
No,
Snake!
we masturbated.
Listen, that missed is their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
I was just about to say, I'm doing pretty good for being on my last breath.
Boss? Boss!
So that missed is their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
Is that you go talking? What the fuck?
Stupid. PlayStation's blow him up with the rocket launcher. It'd be a good idea.
I'm in the middle of reloading, and I hear the sound, and then all of a sudden it just fly in my face. You can't do anything. Just laugh. That's it.
So that missed is their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
Fuck.
Snake, talk to me! Snake!
chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
Stew me in, please.
Snake, talk to me! Snake!
Snake.
Skulls. So that missed his their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
Here's the third one that got me somewhere.
Boss, come in. Boss?
I'm starting to do damage. Likely.
Skulls. So that missed his their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker. Skulls. So that missed his their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
Boss, come in. Boss?
Skulls. So that missed his their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
Slip another one in. Not getting the weapon back out of my hand fast enough after shooting. I thought it was on the other side of the building. It was right
Boss
next to
coming.
me.
Boss? Boss!
Swing a little bit louder, Ross.
We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
Snake, are you okay?
I think we
Snake!
get it this time because it was really.
Listen, that Misty is their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
Oh, fuck. Oh, struck him.
Boss, what happened? Boss!
Listen, that Misty is their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
Boss, come in. Boss?
Skulls. So that Misty is their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
Boss, what happened? Boss!
So that Misty is their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
Boss, what happened? Boss!
Surprisingly, running out of bullets there, John.
Skulls. So that Misty is their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
Oh, no.
Hey, quit kidding around. Snake?
Snake. Snake. See a snake in balls. There's a snake in my balls.
Skulls. So that Misty is their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now. Boss, you need to eliminate the skulls. We cannot lose Code Talker.
Hey, quit
Perfect.
kidding around. Snake?
You are being extreme.
So that Misty is their work. We won't be able to send in another chopper for now.